And hello there! Let's get your week rolling just right. The right mix of news and conversations. Now, whether you're catching us online, on TV, or on the radio, hop on and join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to
Beautiful Day! Alright, so a lot of news to go through and grabe, the Senate serie or whatever you want to call it.
Senate
Flicks,
yes.
whatever. It's all over. And we are, you know what, as entertaining as it is, as there is so many wow moments, right?
Yeah.
It is still a serious matter. We're
Of
still
course.
obviously gonna have to look through it. And of course, grabe mga allegations. Na
Allegations, all these revelations, all the big names that have been revealed in the Blue Ribbon hearing yesterday. Nakaka-shock siya talaga. But
Yeah.
of course, these are allegations and the DOJ nga said that kailangan pang aralin all these pieces of evidence, diba? To
Yes.
prove itong lahat ng mga na-reveal during the hearing.
Yes, and at the same time also, there is going to be, syempre, the defenses of those alleged are going to have to be heard as well.
That's
and,
right.
You know, it is, hindi naman kapag sinabi na sa committee, it doesn't mean na totoo.
Yeah,
Kagad,
yeah.
right?
Kasi ang dali kasing magbitaw
Yes,
ng names, di ba?
yes.
It's easy to name names, point fingers, and say that I delivered money to this and that, and to here, this particular
This
address.
person received this,
Yes.
this person said this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot. But
So-
to be fair, there are also a lot of lighthearted moments that have
Oh,
made
that's true.
the rounds
Yes.
over the internet yet again. Oo. So, I mean, like, it's just one of those things. Another typical day in Philippine politics. But we're going to see more updates, I am sure. In fact, marami tayong pag-uusapan mamaya. In fact, we were going through our notes a
Yes.
while ago, and I don't know how we are going to contain or summarize everything
I
in
know,
like
sasabihan
a 20-minute
na naman tayo
span.
ng, okay, tama na.
Okay, tama na.
Cut, okay, cut.
All right. So anyway, you should join in the conversation as well
Yes,
because we
please.
are online. And where are we?
YouTube and on Facebook, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe as well. There's a comment section there where you can send us your messages. If you want to join our conversation later, we'll be talking about our news items as always this morning. So if you want to join the chat, go ahead and type away. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM, and we are also on their Facebook page. So there are so many ways to get in touch with us.
Yes, and we have a great lineup of guests today. For Weather HQ, we're going to be talking about influenza-like viruses. We're going to be with Dr. Jocel De Guzman. He's the president of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines Incorporated. So, of course, well, we are waiting for a bit of inclement weather coming soon dito sa Metro Manila in particular. So, syempre, tumataas din yung mga kaso ng influenza-like
Yes.
viruses. So, have to watch out for that. And of course, we have someone from Watch Philippines.
Yeah, Jocel De Guzman. He is the co-founder and co-lead convener of Watch Pilipinas. I am looking forward to having a chat with our guest from Watch kasi ang daming nasa scam ngayon,
Yeah,
di ba? Ang
yeah.
daming na-victimize ng mga online scams, yung mga scams na minsan it's so believable when you see parang emails coming from banks that look really legit.
Mga GCash.
Oo, yeah. So,
or yung mga digital wallets in general, hindi lang yung GCash. But, you know, apart from that, I mean, like, it even goes to a point na, alam mo yung mga tumatawag sa'yo bigla na random number.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's all part of it as well. And, of course, may scam hotline pala yung Pilipinas. So tell us all about it later on as well.
scam hotline. That's good.
And, of course, we have love hacks later. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sana hindi ka ma-scam sa love.
We also
Ano
have
yun?
one of the most entertaining love hacks later. Guaranteed. Because ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about yung mga dating app profile ninyo. At to do that, we have a little surprise. And ikaw na lang ikaw na lang mag-tease nito.
I had no hand in this, ha? Let me
Yeah,
just have a disclaimer before we start Love Hacks. I had no hand in this. Nagulat na lang ako na ginawa na ko ng dating profile ni because this is all your fault.
It was a joke na tinutuon nila.
Because I told them that I have never tried using a dating app, and so I even have no idea like how it looks like when you open a dating app. Paano yung mga swipe? I don't really understand that lingo.
Ako rin.
So, whoa, okay. So later on, we'll be talking about, for Love Hacks, we'll be talking about do's and don'ts on your dating app profile.
Okay, so we have
ako yung naging guinea pig.
we have a lot to go through today, as you can imagine. Before we get to that, that's going to be a fantastic end to the show. But we always start off with a bit of traffic.
That's right. So let's check the situation in major roads at this hour. First up, here is a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. If you're heading southbound, we're seeing light traffic on that lane. The left side of your screens, those are the vehicles heading to Pasay City. Right side of your screens are the vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Light traffic there as well. Now, we take a look at EDSA White Plains this time. On the left side of your screens, those are the vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Light to moderate traffic on that area. Opposite lane, right side are for vehicles heading to Cubao. We're seeing light traffic on that stretch. Now, heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is suspended today, Friday, September 26, due to Typhoon Opong. If you have to be on the road today, remember to drive safe and remain alert. Now on to our headlines this morning. Former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo has exposed a massive kickback scheme involving several politicians. Bernardo claims former Senate President Cheese Escudero received a 160 million peso kickback through his campaign donor Maynard Newell, while former Senator and now Makati Mayor Nancy Binay's staff demanded a 15% cut or 37 million from a list of projects worth 250 million pesos. He also accused Congressman Zaldi Co of requesting a 25% commission and alleged that former Senator Bong Revilla took 125 million pesos in kickbacks for his re-election bid. Additionally, Bernardo claims Department of Education Undersecretary Trigiv Olayvar was involved, receiving 427.5 million pesos in commissions from a 2.85 billion peso project list. While politicians deny the accusations, Bernardo is now seeking protection and is ready to cooperate with investigators. I
well-
feel like the whole country was watching the Blue Ribbon hearing yesterday.
At sana nanood po kayo sa YouTube namin sa BNC.
Oh, yeah, because we were able to broadcast that
Yeah.
live. And ang laki na viewers that we were watching yesterday, we were like, wow, so many people are watching.
Yeah,
because
yung interest nito ibang level.
Oh,
talaga.
yeah. So, kanina we were talking about how it is so easy to name names, but of course, this will have to go or undergo further investigation. Diba? Kung totoo ang mga allegations na isiniwalat yesterday during the hearing.
Because at the same time, there's also a slew of denials.
Yes.
Diba?
Alam mo,
They're
I
happy
saw
not-
this this post on Instagram. Yesterday daw was National Day of Denial.
Oo. No, actually, ang daming statements of denial
Yes.
of when their names were mentioned
Yes.
sa hearing, and of course it follows a typical format that they were saddened to hear their names, that they were disheartened,
Yes.
disappointed, that they will go through the legal measures to clear their names, are not afraid to face trial or be investigated. I believe that all of those will happen, right? But
Yes.
then it also goes to show you na grabe, we are still at the tip of the iceberg. But another interesting part of the Blue Ribbon Committee that I believe we won't necessarily tackle here in general is the fact that they're now trying to find solutions para hindi na ito mangyari ulit, especially with the DPWH. There have been proposals to take out yung district engineer position mismo and make it more regional. And then they went back and forth with regard to how much work that would actually be for one office na hindi talaga matutukan. So there is now, they're trying to address as well yung systemic problem.
Yes.
Apart from looking for the money in itself.
Yeah.
They also make clarifications, or at least try to make clarifications on what will happen with the ill-gotten wealth as well.
Yeah, yes.
Kung ginawa mong state witness ba yung mga ibang suspect natin, kung ginawa mong state witness, does that mean they're no longer liable for the money that they have taken, that they do not need to make reparations? Because that is one of the things that was debated.
They were
also
saying that they need to return everything that they have stolen first before they can be considered state witnesses.
that,
diba?
that was one of the suggestions,
Yes.
but not necessarily ganun.
Stated by the law,
Yes,
not really stated
exactly.
by the law.
So that has to be one
In
of the
good
conditions
faith,
made.
they can.
Yes.
Diba? Surrender.
But it also depends on yung strength ng testimony nila.
yeah.
So that's what the DOJ has to weigh, because
Yes.
the DOJ will have to make that assessment. So when we take a look at all of the things talked about, apart from the names mentioned, syempre, we have to solve the problem beyond what happened already. How can we stop this
Yeah.
from happening again? So that was one of the things that was tackled. And among other things, pati death penalty tinakil natin. I mean, it has been one of those things. And pinapili nga si Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Kung gusto niya death penalty or to be in Bilibid. And he said sa Bilibid na lang daw siya kasi pwede pa raw mag-business doon.
Obviously. And then pinastrike from the
records.
record yung
Yes,
comment
yes.
na yun. But it's
So
just...
many amusing parts also from the hearing.
I-
No? Parang hindi ba iwasan yan na magkaroon ng joke time, di ba?
Well, that's the thing. Was it really a joke at that point?
Ayun
Like,
lang.
diba? So
Kaya ka
anyway,
pinastrike na lang sa record.
it's but the names mentioned were incredible. They're big,
yes.
obviously.
Big
We
names.
didn't even mention actually as Representative si Eric Yap, if I'm not mistaken, here in the story as well. So I mean, like, there has been a lot mentioned,
Yes.
and I really wish we had like 2 hours to go through this, but we don't. We only
To
have around
discuss,
20 minutes.
yes.
Oo. So we're gonna move on. So actually, konti nga yung mga item natin ngayon dahil we knew we were gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it, so they give us more time.
Yes,
More
so
room.
another person that we have to discuss is Aldico's former security consultant, Orly Guteza, who came forward this week to Senator Rodante Marcoleta and shared details of his role in a kickback scheme. Guteza claims he delivered suitcases filled with cash, specifically 48 million pesos each, to multiple properties, including the homes of co and former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. He also named Executive Assistants John Paul Estrada and Mark Texay as co-conspirators in the scheme. Guteza resigned from his post as CO's security consultant last August and is now seeking government protection. Again, this is, as we mentioned a while ago, very much he said, she said, in terms of like, ito yung nangyari, and then of course there are some denials as well. He named several representatives talking about si Orly Guteza and already being discussed for witness protection, right?
Yes, yes.
Because of the weight of the allegations being made.
Didn't he deny or refuse witness protection? Si Orly Guteza. That's
Yes.
his name, right? Orly Guteza.
Orly
there you go.
Guteza.
Yeah, I believe he refused to be on the witness protection program because sabi niya he's Marines, isn't he? So he's Marines, kaya daw niyang protektahan ang sarili niya.
Yes, but
So-
even despite that, of course, si Senator Panfilo Lacson did, right before Secretary Remulla did leave, did give the recommendation as well. So, of
Yeah.
course, what happens in the end, we'll see. But then, again, so many big names mentioned, and the amounts were staggering.
Staggering amounts. Oh my goodness.
48 million kada maleta.
And they called it
and more
basura.
than 40. And they called it
Diba?
basura.
They called it basura. They nagde-deliver sila ng basura.
Alam mo, may saying nga dati, at least I remember growing up, diba sabi nila dati may pera sa
May
basura?
pera sa basura. Yeah. So
Oh.
this is like quite the literal translation of that saying. Pag sinabing basura, it means bags of money.
Well, yeah, literal
Diba?
bags of money.
48 million pesos in one container, in one bag.
Yes, allegedly. And when we look at the fact that yung mark ng amount per bag, nasa post-it nga lang daw. Pinapost-it nila
Diba?
napakasimple,
My
no?
gosh.
So, I mean, like...
Tandaan natin, guys, pera ng bayan yon. So this is this is the reason why people are angry, and this must be investigated further para, you know, if all these allegations are true, then kailangan managot sila.
It is a different... Well, now I look like I look at basura something different already, diba? Like, investment pala siya. But yes, it has been... It was very colorful, yung descriptions niya. And very detailed, including yung mga addresses.
Yes, even the addresses.
So, we will see kung... first of all, how those alleged will defend themselves, and of course what proof
Well, they started
otherwise.
with yesterday's flooding of denial statements.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that's
Yes.
that's probably the most obvious first step.
Yeah.
Pero beyond that, we're gonna
Beyond
see
that.
what happens. Like may CCTV ba? May
Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
because very specific dates, and you know, you take a look at those mga high class areas. Typically, those are covered by
Yeah, CCTV
by
cameras.
CCTV by
Yes.
camera. So I mean, like at that point, that's my own personal speculation. Pero we're going to find out whether or not aspects like that will be brought up in the future.
Still on the flood control scandal, Pao, Navotas City Representative Toby Tiangco confirms that Congressman Zaldico has executive assistants named Paul and Mark. Protected witnesses Henry Alcantara and Bryce Hernandez earlier admitted to delivering kickbacks to Co through staff members bearing those names. On Bilyonaryo News Channel's On Point, Tiangco urged government to exhaust all efforts to bring Co back to the Philippines.
Yung pananagutan niya is sa batas natin. Because based doon sa accusation ni Henry Alcantara under oath, ano yan? Plunder po yan.
Tiangco also blames former House Speaker Martin Romualdez for Co's continued absence.
Effort na pabalikin siya, walang effort na tanungin, walang effort na hingin yung kanyang medical records. Nagkaroon lang ng biglang pagpalit at bumilis yung paghanap sa kanya noong nag-take over si Speaker Boji D, di ba?
Well, you know what?
You know, I've always wondered nga kasi when House Speaker Martin Romualdez was replaced by House Speaker Boji D, that was the only time that his travel, Zaldico's, Congressman Zaldico's travel permit was, what do you call that, rejected. And then he was asked to come back to the Philippines in 10 days. So I was always wondering, bakit kaya hindi ito ginawa nung time when Martin Romualdez was the one seated?
And now we are now playing a game. Kung naalala niyo po, back in the 90s, there was a game called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Right now, Where in the World is Representative
Where
Zaldico?
is he?
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen so many posts
They
online.
said he's in Spain.
And it's in Spain. He was seen
Yeah.
in Dubai. His family is seen in Paris. He was in the United States. I mean, literal everywhere but here. But we are going. He is obviously a crucial piece.
Yes.
I think one of the things that we can all agree on is that most, if not all, the witnesses have mentioned Representative Zaldico as a key part. And in fact, some of the documents, a lot of the documents rather, and a lot of the presentations have mentioned Representative Zaldico.
Yes.
And to hear from him is going to be crucial in determining where
He needs
this
to
goes
face the
from here.
music.
Yep.
You need to come home and face all these allegations.
Yeah, even
face
his
these
family is
charges.
saying, right?
Yes.
So again, we're gonna find out how that develops. So I really wish we had more when it comes to that. But former finance chief Cesar Purisima has proposed a measure to curb corruption and money laundering. Now, in a Facebook post, Purisima proposed the idea of making 200 peso bills the largest denomination available, removing the 500 and 1,000 peso bills from circulation. Now, he says that such a measure would make transporting large sums of physical money far more impractical and harder to hide. Burisma cites that other countries have used this measure in the past for the same or similar reasons, such as in 2016, when India and the European Union removed their largest currency denomination to reduce money laundering and counterfeiting. The Banco Central has responded, saying their latest circular, released recently this September 19, is their measure against corruption and money laundering without having to remove bills from circulation by limiting cash withdrawals to 500,000 pesos per day, with banks allowed to lower the limit at their discretion. So, I feel like this is in response to the fact that there were reports for more than 450 million being withdrawn from Land Bank.
Oh, and no, the banks are
Yeah.
saying they don't really question these huge withdrawals because if it's for a government project, which yun ang sinasabi,
Yeah,
it's for a
they're saying
government
it is,
project,
yeah.
so they don't really question yung ganong kalaking withdrawals. But I mean, it's such a big amount and it is questionable. So, di ba now they are going to implement stricter measures on huge withdrawals. I think they limited it na to a smaller amount.
In my
Tapos hindi na yata
Yeah.
pwedeng cash withdrawals. It has to be through a check or through online.
in my opinion personally, now knowing that we are in this digital age, could you imagine we're paying 400 million in cash, like in or so on in general?
yeah.
Diba, everything is online.
Yes.
Online cash payments.
I mean,
bank
do you
transfers,
carry a big
checks.
amount of cash in your wallet?
Some people don't even carry wallets
Oo
anymore.
nga eh,
Ganun
diba?
level eh, right?
Everything is
And then
online.
we are right now talking about literal maletas of money
Yes.
and huge amounts being withdrawn from certain banks and not being questioned because they're for government projects.
Yeah.
And we are saying that, oh, it needs to be paid in cash.
Isn't it dubious
can't-
actually when you pay something in cash and it's a big
Yeah,
amount?
I can't wrap
some
my hand
people
around
buying
that.
cars and then paying in cash. Di ba medyo parang dubious?
Well, to be fair, I know a few people who do pay in
Akala ko
cash.
you were gonna say, well,
No,
to be fair,
I've
I bought
never-
my car in
First
cash.
of all, kung kaya mong bayaran yung kotse in cash,
Sandali, ito
okay,
klaro
that's
pa.
different.
Akala ko
But I
ikaw.
do know
Okay.
people who do pay in cash.
Yeah, yes,
right? I know
of
people who
course,
pay in
yes.
cash, and to be fair, okay, 3 million compared to
Yeah, to
let's say hundreds of millions.
Yes,
Now we
yes.
need to withdraw. It's a lot more dubious compared to. But yeah, could you imagine if you're withdrawing 400 million, give or take, pero 200 peso bills lang?
They say
Ilan-
they have
ilan
done
maleta
this.
kaya yun?
Ang dami nun. They have done this in other countries
Yeah.
and it has been successful, I guess, in some other countries. Pero sabi nga ng ibang in-interview last night during that news report, parang nakadepende yan sa tao. If you're really corrupt, you will find a way.
We have to move on.
Yes, please.
Because we have the rest of the show.
In other news, a Polish athlete makes history as the first person ever to climb Mount Everest without supplementary oxygen and make a full ski descent to Everest Base Camp. 37-year-old Andrzej Bargil climbed for over 16 hours from Camp 4 summit before clipping on his skis and descending to reach Camp 2 by nightfall. He then resumed skiing the morning after and arrived safely at Everest Base Camp.
It's so impressive for him. And of course, another impressive thing that we're going to talk about here is Alex Ayala, because over in sports, Filipina tennis ace Alex Ayala marches on to the quarterfinals of the Jingshan Open after a dominant win over Japan's Mei Yamaguchi on Thursday, September 25. Now, the Filipina only needed 72 minutes to deal with her Japanese foe 6-0 and 6-2. Ayala has yet to drop a set in the Jingshan meet. Up next for the top-seeded Ayala is the host nation's own Lu Jiajing in the quarterfinals of the competition. Lu is a 35-year-old veteran whose career-high world rank was 162 back in 2019. Ayala is scheduled to contend the quarterfinals later on today at around 11 p.m. Philippine time. 11 a.m. rather.
All right, here is our first cup of tea. Pop superstar Rihanna announced that she's had her third child with partner A$AP Rocky. The Rude Boy singer shared a photo of her first baby girl on Instagram. Named Rocky Irish Mayers, she was born on September 13, 2025. She joins the family with her two brothers, Riza, Athelston, and Riot Rose. Riot Rose.
Oh, that's a riot.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? Their names, fantastic.
I
When
know.
they grow up, they'll be like, Mom, talaga? Dad, really? But yeah.
Parang ano, come here, stop causing a riot, Riot Rose.
Oh, it's like naming your kid Megatron, no? I mean, like, it's just one of those things. But hey,
But
you know what?
congratulations to them.
Congratulations,
Yes, third child for A$AP Rocky and Rihanna.
Baby is
for,
a blessing.
Of course. And for our next cup of tea, Filipino-American singer Jessica Sanchez has made history as the first contestant to return and win America's Got Talent. Pregnant throughout the competition, Sanchez impressed judges with powerful performances. Sanchez gave her all with Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, claiming the season 20 grand prize of $1 million. She first appeared on the show at age 10 until the semifinals and later rose to fame as a runner-up on American Idol, proudly celebrating her Filipino heritage. After her victory, she shared her gratitude on Instagram and said she was heading home to Texas to welcome her new baby girl, Eliana.
Imagine if she named her kid Riot also. But
Riot yun!
again, Jessica Sanchez, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
I remember watching her on American Idol, and she was
making content. Ito, look at that guy. You see him? You see him? That's me.
Uh-huh.
That's me. Do we know who that is? That's George Cahiles. George Cahiles is imitating my content. Okay? As if it's new. No, it's not. George, stay on your show.
Alam mo, kasi medyo serious siya dun sa hashtag goodbye, Pao, hashtag hello, George.
Oh. He started this fight. I'm here to end it. George Cahiles.
Alam ko na. Let's have like a poll on Facebook
Ito na naman tayo sa
and
poll.
on
Hindi
YouTube.
naman tayo nagpa-poll sa YouTube, sa Facebook. Yung admin natin, hindi naglagay ng poll kahapon.
Maglagay ka nga ng poll, Kels.
Oo.
Lagay
Ito yung
natin,
ano,
who did it better? Diba? Or who did it best? Paolo or George?
Hindi. Ito yung Dune Part 3. Okay? Ito yung Dune Part 3.
Oh, we are doomed.
We are going to see how this works out. You know, there is a time and place, George. Now
Gusto
is
ko
not it.
makita yung close-up kung naka-unbutton din
No,
yung
hindi
chest
siya
ni
naka-unbutton.
George.
In other words, he did it wrong. Oh, he did it
siya.
wrong. You see, there's even music there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on from here because if not, matitrigger lang ako eh. Right?
Oo nga, baka ma-scam
Na-hype
ka.
na ako kay Jessica Sanchez and I was brought down by a certain George. George, it's like you spelled Greg
Hi,
wrong.
partner. He's coming up next, by the way, for At the Forefront later.
Moving on. An anti-scam watchdog is trying to educate Filipinos on the dangers of fraud. Find out more from Scam Watch Philippines with co-founder and co-lead conveyor Jocel De Guzman. After the break. Stay tuned. Beautiful Day. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Watch a Beautiful Day. Now, a national cybersecurity movement aims to educate Filipinos against cyber fraud. Now, Scam Watch Pilipinas has recently launched the Philippine Anti-Scam Model as well as the 1326 Anti-Scam Hotline. Now, to talk more about Scam Watch Pilipinas, co-founder and co-lead convener is Jocel De Guzman, joins us in the Hangout. Hey, Jocel, good morning, and it's a beautiful day.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having ScanWatch here. Hopefully, we can share something that your agents can really learn about and protect themselves against scam.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, I had a chance to listen to one of your talks. That's the reason why we had a chance to connect. And I think what struck me the most from that is the fact that yung mga online scams are they're just getting more clever. They're just getting more believable and real.
Yeah.
At sobrang daming nasa scam ngayon, no matter how much we tell, especially mga senior citizens natin, na, hey, this is not real. Watch out, don't believe it. When we talk about yung advocacy ninyo, can you tell us a bit more about yung Philippine Anti-Scam Model?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yung Philippine Anti-Scam Model, when we started this in 2023, we noticed that a lot of companies are educating. There's no problem with that. Even the government describing what are the different types of scam. But the problem with scam nowadays, since then and now, there's always new. So people cannot really adapt what is phishing, squishing, smishing, di ba? There are so many. Yeah? You have task scam, you have job scam, investment scam. So there are so many. And an ordinary Filipino who's having difficulty to send money using his or her e-wallet cannot really catch up. Because the real problem is there's no digital literacy and cyber hygiene training for all Filipinos. This happened during the pandemic where the digitalization has been accelerated. Yeah. Suddenly our lives is digital, but no one actually taught us how to properly navigate the internet, the social media. And that's why when we started this, the first part of the quad model is behavioral change. So here we're promoting 4. The first one is magdamot, don't share your personal information. The second one is magduda, doubt, too good to be true offers, pagdudahan. Amang snap, basic, when we were young, we were taught not to talk to strangers. But here we are now, we keep on fighting even strangers on the internet. So amang snap, and then the last one is the most important. It's magsumbong sa 1326. Because we already have the National Anti-Scam Hotline recognized by Malacanang. This is being run by the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center. And this is a 24/7 hotline. And it's not an AI. A lot of people kasi right now, when they complain or when they report scam, let's say you go to a bank, the first line of customer channel is an AI.
Yeah, you talk to a bot.
But you need to understand, these are victims, so they need someone to talk to. They don't actually, it's only secondary that they want their issue, their problems to be resolved, but they just want to be heard. And the 1326 hotline is being run by digital forensic agent. But I have to be honest, let's say if you lost money in scam, there's only a 3% chance that you will be recovered, that you'll recover it. So it's gone. But however, the most common scam now is Facebook hacking. So let's say if your account has been hacked, call 1326, they will help you recover it immediately. So those are the 4 behaviors. So the other one is community. We have 1.3 million members of Citizens Crime Watch nationwide. We also have other communities of our brand partners. And of course, the partnership with the government. The other one is, of course, the media and the reporting channels, because we have several. We have Who's Call Private Sector channel, wherein you can actually download that and your device will be protected from suspicious calls because they're also in partnership with the government. So those are the 4: community, behavioral change, brand partnerships, and reporting channels.
I think the challenge here talaga is spreading awareness, no? Education and awareness. Kasi ang dami talagang naloloko. And in fact, I don't think a lot of people know that there is a scam hotline. Diba? Yes. So they're not really aware na pwede ka palang tumawag dito sa number na to if you get scammed and all, diba? And then you've discussed yung 4 behaviors na yun din sa anti-scam model. Alin dun yung nakita mo na pinaka-challenging
Mangsnab.
Mas marami.
Mangsnab, I was gonna say.
Mangsnab. Kasi
Oo.
people, I mean, by nature, we're the social media capital of the world. Long ago, we're the tech capital of the world. So, by nature, we're really social. So, even if, let's say, we don't know the person, because of our friendly culture, we keep on entertaining. Especially right now, yung task scam. I'm sure maraming naka-receive nito in Viber. The first thing that they will say, magandang babae, magandang lalaki, with a name, nickname, and then isa lang sasabihin, hi po. Oo, di ba? Parang, wow, hi po. Hello, sasagutin mo pa eh. Pag sinagot mo ng hello yun, active yung number mo. So, padadalang kita ng maraming text scam.
Right.
So, ganun siya.
So, a lot of people are wondering, paano nila nakuha yung numbers nila? Because,
Well, there's this myth that binebenta ng telco. That's not true. There's this myth na kasi nag-sign ka. Right now, they're using AI. So, that's why you receive calls na walang sumasagot. You receive, before nung marami pang text scams, they use AI. So, let's say I'm going to use AI, generate number 09175. So, all the 09175 will be generated. And then, they will start sending messages or calling them. If you answer, you'll be transferred to an active number. And
so,
then
inilista.
so another number will basically send you messages. So it's really random, especially the IMSI catcher right now. The IMSI catcher is a device wherein it's really small. You can put it in a backpack or in a car, and they can set 1 or 2 kilometer radius, and they will send messages pretending to be telcos, digital banks, e-wallets. And then in that one kilometer radius, everyone, let's say if they set it all smarts, all 0918, they will receive SMS pretending to be that one with a link. Kaya minsan natatakot, di ba? Yung pinaka-popular dito yung sa telco, that your rewards will be...
It will expire.
Will expire.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also yung yung you just received this amount of money to check, click this link.
Yes.
So, click mo talaga kasi parang, okay, I received
And then when
a
you go
certain
to the
amount.
websites that are in the link, it looks
that's
official.
That's basically the phishing, because all scams here in the Philippines, regardless of investment scam, task scam, it's all phishing. So they will lead you to a link, and either that link is an imitation of your digital bank, of your e-wallet. Worse, if that link is a malware, so it's an application that can directly take over your phone. So that's why don't click the link, di ba? There are so many, but that's the most common. The most difficult aspect here is that kasi we have 3 campaigns every year. This coming Christmas, we have the 12 scams of Christmas.
I love that.
Every Valentine's, we have the
Ang dami pala.
match for the dating app warning, and then we have the online bantay lakbay. But right now, you don't need season anymore, because all those scams are
Happening
now,
all year round.
Happening all year round
Yes,
now.
that's
so,
right.
Especially love scam, we are careful there, because love scam is the entry point to investment scam.
Love scam.
Yeah, it's when you basically
If you
make
go to the
someone fall
dating
in love
app,
with you.
so especially Filipinos, for some reasons they love a fam, and most of the most of the love scams right now are coming from a fam.
Coach B.
We have this case wherein someone is complaining, oh, you have to talk to my mom because she doesn't believe na club scammer yung dadaling tayo sa Amerika nito, anak, huwag kang mag-alala. And then, keep on giving money until such time that they lost around 500,000.
Wow. Okay,
Jocel,
wait.
So, ang daming scams.
Ang dami.
Siguro yung you mentioned nga 12 days of Christmas
12
scams, right?
scams of Christmas.
Pero if you could give us siguro like a top 5 of the types of scams that actually work here in the Philippines para
And yung pinakamaraming nabibiktima na kind of scam.
Okay, the first one right now is the call scam.
Okay.
So,
Call scam,
people will call you right now. They're targeting Filipinos with credit cards.
Okay.
So, they will pretend to be banks, and then they will ask you for if you want to increase your credit limit. Here's the problem with that.
Oh my gosh.
That's a usual practice of the banks.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say.
get telemarketing. That's why I have a staff who does all my presentation. He got scammed because someone called him na, increase natin yung credit limit mo. He lost 80,000. So even while talking, they're already using it. So kasi they will trick you into giving your OTP. They will trick you into giving into going through the link. Again, it's phishing. That's one.
Can I just sing it one
Yeah, go.
question before you continue? Is it shady na if they ask for your OTP?
Yes, eto, but they will not ask for OTP. Ayun yung mali din ng mga company. So don't share your OTP. OTP is a 4 to 6 digit number. So it's in the form, if they will ask you, I will send you a verification number so that I will know that it's you. Here's the catch. If you call the bank, let's say if you call your credit card, they may ask you for some information because you're the one calling. When they're the one calling, you should not even give your name.
Or pag hiningi yung nasa likod ng credit card,
Yes,
that number,
yeah,
that's shady already
That's
if they
shady.
ask for that.
No, yeah, the mere fact if they ask for your name, that's shady already.
Okay.
If they ask for your credit card number, that's shady already.
Okay, yeah. So, call scam, that's one.
That's
Okay.
one.
Ano yung pangalawa?
The biggest one is investment scam.
Yeah.
The problem with investment scam, the entry point is love scam. So it's actually, you cannot intertwine the two. Kasi this is a long-term scamming. Hindi siya mabilisan na isa. So most of the time, let's say if you meet someone in the dating app, kasi I think 50% in the dating app are fake accounts eh. That's why may mga verification na. So they will ask you to invest. Oh, I want you to enjoy the same world that I have. So I think we should invest together. Kasi they will now create this daily habit. Good morning, how are you? Did you eat? How's my baby? How's this? How's that? So if you have that, it's like, okay, you have an LDR and then it's, one example, it's a gwapong Turkish. Di ba? Na, okay, so syempre may gwapo kang Turkish. And then, let's invest.
Napaka-specific ng Turkish eh. Sorry, but go ahead.
Kasi yun yung nahuli ng Bureau of Immigration before. And then, without them knowing, they will ask you to invest in a crypto. Okay? And tatlo lagi yan. Crypto, gold, and foreign exchange.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, pag yung
Oh my
tatlong yun,
gosh.
usually it comes from a foreigner.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. So investment scam. And the sad part here is malaki yan kasi to. Unlike let's say mga minimum 50,000 pataas yung nawawala. Kasi you invest eh. They're targeting pa OFW, sinasamantala yung kalungkutan ng mga kababayan natin abroad. Okay?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay, number 3 is task scam.
Task. Okay.
Task scam, I think the Philippines has been successful, and this is recognized globally, that we curb down text scams. So
Yes.
wala na tayong natatanggap na text scam from unknown prepaid number. Meron pa dyan konti na spoofing scam, nagpapanggap. So these scammers, they went now to Viber and Telegram. And if you have, let's say, a prepaid number, unknown number, you can actually see the name and the photo. That's an advantage. And they will say, yun kanina, they will say, hi po, and then you want to earn this much. All you need to do is create a positive review. So, since na nakakatanggap ka, from the first transaction, you will actually receive 100 pesos.
Okay.
And then eventually, I think hanggang 300 to 600 matatanggap mo, and they will transfer you to a chat group. And then, and then they will create a fake e-wallet that you can only see. Or you have now 25,000. However, if you want to increase this, you have to invest 5,000. And then it will be increased to 100,000. So, akala mo, tumataas, di ba? Until such time na, if you can no longer invest, let's say, money, they will even ask you to loan.
Yeah.
You know what, as you are describing each scam, dubious na eh. So, talagang may naloloko, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Do we have numbers of how many Filipinos are actually being scammed? Like,
And-
tumataas ba? Bumababa
And
ba?
also demographics. Ano bang mas nabibiktima? The age group?
Okay. Well, in terms of that's our problem right now. We have hotline numbers. We have 1326. We have the Ego app. We don't have the actual. Anong tawag dito? We don't have the actual real numbers. We can only have estimate.
Okay.
You know why? Because people who are victims of scam, they
They're
don't report.
embarrassed. Yeah.
They're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Kasi if you're a victim, there's a victim shaming. Ang tanga-tanga mo, ba't ka nagpa-scam? Akala nila hindi kami maloloko. So people don't report anymore. And let's say if you report to a bank and that bank will shame you, this is your fault. The more people won't report anymore. But here's the catch. There are 10,000 who called in 2024 to the 1326. That's very low. Okay?
Okay.
Considering that Globe and Smart are claiming to, have blocked millions of
Yeah.
text scams. Okay, so that's very small. Now, we were looking for how much has been lost. So apparently, the victims, they may not report to 1326 or to any form or to the PNP directly, but they report to their banks. Kasi the first thing that you'll do, nawalan ako ng pera. Now, the Bangko Sentral of the Pilipinas has been recording this. So yung nawala in 2024, I think nasa 4 to 5 billion pesos.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Kasi your digital economy is nasa 2 trillion na eh. So, but that's not yet the real picture pa.
Yeah.
So,
Underreported
yeah,
pa rin.
and as for the demographics, the victims are actually Gen X. Makaramihan Gen X. Particularly
The
for love
older,
scam.
ano,
Particularly for love scam, ang target 45 pataas, widowed, widower, malalaki na yung mga anak, mag-isa na lang sa bahay.
Nalulungkot
That's for
sila,
love scam.
yeah.
For the task scam naman, yung demographics niya ay nasa around, sabi mo ng class lower C and D na gustong kumita ng extra. So iba-iba yung reason. So that's why when I when I gave a talk to the retirees and I explained the contra-scam attitude, tinuturo ko yan dati. See? So it's really part of us. But the new generation kasi we can no longer live without our phones. Eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
So,
Parang even if you're an introvert right now, you can
Yeah.
have lots of friends.
yeah, it's like you're more accessible to
Yeah.
scammers in
Yes.
general.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned it a while ago. So we had the scam hotline 1326. The eGov app.
The eGov app,
I believe
yeah.
you can also report there.
You can report there, and of course you have the Who's Call. Download Who's Call kasi this is your first line of protection.
Okay.
It will, especially for Android users.
Okay.
ang
Uy,
dami kasi-
Android ako, wait, download.
Okay.
ko.
So for Android users, so it can
Oo.
actually warn you. Who's Call can actually warn you of suspicious calls, suspicious SMS with links. They have this capability for you to screenshot a content on FB or in the internet, and they will tell you if it's a scam.
Okay.
So they have the content checker. And then we have a Facebook group. Yung members po nito sa Facebook, ang tawag Scam Vault Philippines. More than 2,000 po. Ang dami po, ginaya na kasi kami eh.
Okay.
So, ginaya na kami, ang dami. So, pinapababa pa kay Facebook. So, there you can actually share scam, anything that you see as a citizen. You screenshot a deep fake, you screenshot a task scam. What's important to us is the number, the website, the Facebook account, and the link.
Okay.
Because we surrendered this to CICC and PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group, especially the fake pages on Facebook, because they submit this to Meta so that Meta can take it down. The prepaid numbers, they submit this to the National Telecommunications Commission so that they can block the numbers. And of course, the website so that the ICT can also block the numbers. So far, that's just what we're doing, but it's whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
yeah,
It feels
yeah.
like it always comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man, I
we're
wish we had more time.
Yeah,
So
we're running
many
out of
questions
time.
to ask. Pinipigilan ko ang sarili ko mag-additional question. But yeah, we've run out of time. But at least we got it out there that there is a hotline that they
Yeah.
can call and download that Who's Call app now, especially
Yes,
if you're...
if people want to learn more, how
Yes.
can they reach out to you
Just
guys?
follow us on Facebook, Scam Watch Pilipinas. And let's say if you're victimized, we have a one-stop shop reporting. Just go to scamwatchpilipinas.com and they will link you to all government agencies.
All right. Jocel, before we let you go, our show is called Beautiful Day. What makes your day beautiful?
Guys, you guys. I seldom wake up early, but because of Paolo,
Thank you for
I really
that
appreciate it.
effort.
I don't turn down. So let's say, for instance, if you have a community, just message us in our Facebook page. We don't turn down for as long as we can schedule it. We may not be accepted on the date you desired, but we always give talks,
Right.
anti-scam talks to seniors, to students, to everyone.
All right, perfect. And hopefully we can address this problem more and more,
Yes.
especially because everyone is always on their phones. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That's Jocel De Guzman,
Thank you,
the
Jocel.
co-founder and co-lead convener of Scam Watch Pilipinas. Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
All right, so when we return, we'll take a look at the weather, and we'll also talk about the rise of influenza-like illnesses that have now surpassed the epidemic threshold in Quezon City. Now, what can families do to stay safe? We'll find out after the break.
Plus, our horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua. So don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Now, we have a lot to talk about because at 11:30 p.m. yesterday, September 25, the center of Typhoon Opong made landfall over San Policarpo over in eastern Samar. Now, its second landfall actually followed at 4 a.m. Now, today in Palanas in Masbate. Now, Typhoon Opong has since weakened into a severe tropical storm though. But still, as of 4 a.m. today, the center of the severe tropical storm Opong was last located in the vicinity of Palanas in Masbate. Now, it has maximum sustained winds of 110 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts of up to 150 kilometers per hour. It is currently moving west-northwest at around 30 kilometers per hour. Now, Opong will continue to move west-northwest, crossing Masbate, the Sibuyan Sea, and northern Mimaropa. Now, possible landfall in Mimaropa is likely within the next few hours before it finally emerges over the West Philippine Sea tonight or early tomorrow. Now, the storm is very wide in diameter, which means a large portion of the Visayas, Southern Luzon, and even parts of Central Luzon will be affected. Now, it is expected to remain a severe tropical storm while over land, but may re-intensify once it reaches open waters. Now, authorities continue to urge the public to stay alert and follow the instructions of local officials, especially in high-risk areas. Now, tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 is now up over Sorsogon, Masbate, including Ticao and Burias Islands, Albay, the western and southern portions of Camarines Sur, the southern portion of Quezon, Marinduque, and Romblon. Now, these are the areas bracing for the strongest impact so far. But that's not all. Wind signal number 3 is also raised in Oriental Mindoro, Occidental Mindoro, including Lubang Islands, Batangas, the southern portion of Laguna, northern Samar, and the northern and central portions of eastern Samar, the northern and central portions of Samar, Biliran, and the northern portion of Leyte. Residents under signal number 3 may experience storm force winds of 89 to 117 kilometers per hour. Now, that's within the next 18 hours. Now, these conditions bring moderate to significant threats to life and property. So those under those conditions, kindly stay safe and take all the necessary precautions. Signal number 2, also raised in Catanduanes, the rest of Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, Calamian Islands, the rest of eastern Samar, the rest of Samar, the northern and central portions of Leyte, the rest of Quezon, and the rest of Laguna. Other areas under signal number 2 are Rizal, Cavite, Metro Manila, Bulacan, Pampanga, Bataan, the southern portion of Zambales. And further down south, signal number 2 is also raised in the northern portion of Cebu, including Camotes and Bantayan Islands, the extreme northern portion of Negros Occidental, the northern portion of Iloilo, Capiz, Aklan, and the northwestern portion of Antique, including the Caluya Islands. Now, these places may experience gale force winds of 62 to 88 kilometers per hour within the next 24 hours. Now, this is expected to bring minor to moderate impact. Now, signal number 1, central and southern portions of Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Ifugao, the southwestern portion of Mountain Province, Benguet, the southern portion of Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Aurora, Nueva Ecija, and Tarlac. Now, other areas under signal number 1 are the rest of Zambales, the Cuyo Islands, the northern portion of mainland Palawan, southern Leyte, the rest of Leyte, the eastern and central portions of Bohol, and the central portion of Cebu. Also under signal number 1, the northern portion of Negros Oriental, the northern and central portions of Negros Occidental, the central portion of Iloilo, the central portion of Antique, Dinagat Islands, Surigao del Norte, including Siargao, and the Bucas Grande Islands. Now, these areas may see strong winds of 39 to 61 kilometers per hour within the next 36 hours. Now, impact is expected to be minimal to minor, but residents still should take all the necessary precautions. Now, there is also a high risk of dangerous storm surges with water levels that may rise to more than 3 meters. Now, these areas include Catanduanes, the eastern coast of Albay, Camarines Sur, Sorsogon, and northern Samar. Now, people in these areas should move to higher ground and follow evacuation orders from your local officials. Now, water levels of 2 to 3 meters are also possible in low-lying coastal areas of the rest of Albay, Batangas, Biliran, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Cebu, Eastern Samar, Leyte, Marinduque, Masbate, Occidental Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, Quezon, Romblon, and Samar. In these places, sea waters may rise and flood homes near the shore, so stay away from the coastline and be ready to evacuate if told to do so. Storm surge is expected for 1 to 2 meters in Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Cebu, Iloilo, Leyte, Negros Occidental, Palawan, Bataan, Zambales, Batangas, Bulacan, Pampanga, Cavite, and Metro Manila. Now, even at this level, coastal flooding is still possible. Residents near the shore should be careful and avoid going out to sea. Now, speaking of the sea conditions here, a gale warning is in effect over the seaboards of southern Luzon and as well as the northern seaboards of the Visayas region and the western seaboard of central Luzon. Now, waves of 6 meters high or so, and of course, is expected, so all sea travel is dangerous. Mariners are advised to stay in port until conditions improve. We urge everyone to stay alert, follow official advisories, and take all necessary precautions. Now, when it comes to rainfall, Pag-asa has also issued rainfall warnings due to severe tropical storm Opong and the southwest monsoon. Now, intense to torrential rains of more than 200 millimeters are expected in northern and eastern Samar, Biliran, Sorsogon, Masbate, Oriental Mindoro, Occidental Mindoro, and Romblon. Now, communities in these areas should prepare for widespread flooding and possible landslides. Meanwhile, due to Opong, the heavy to intense rains of 100 to 200 millimeters are expected in Quezon, Laguna, Batangas, Camarines Norte, Catanduanes, Camarines Sur, Albay, and Marinduque, as well as the provinces of Aklan, Antique, Iloilo, Negros Occidental, Capiz, Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, Southern Leyte, and the Dinagat Islands. Residents in these areas should remain alert for flooding and landslides. Now, due to the southwest monsoon or ang hanging habagat, heavy to intense rains of 100 to 200 millimeters are also expected in Guimaras. Moderate to heavy rains of 50 to 100 millimeters are expected in Aurora, Cavite, Metro Manila, Bataan, Rizal, Camiguin, and Surigao del Norte. Meanwhile, the habagat will also bring moderate to heavy rains of 50 to 100 millimeters over in Palawan, Negros Oriental, and Siquijor. Now, in recent weeks, as we move on, cases of influenza-like illnesses have surged in Quezon City, going beyond the epidemic threshold. Now, to help us understand the situation and how private hospitals are responding, we're joined via Zoom by Dr. Jose Rene De Grano, the president of the Private Hospitals Association Philippines Incorporated, or FAPI. Doc, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Paolo, and to all our viewers, yes.
Dr. De Grano, let's talk about first yung mga influenza-like illnesses. When we talk about influenza-like illnesses, some people refer to the common flu, but there is a difference. What are the biggest differences between that?
Actually, usually, tinatawag lang natin yan na flu-like or influenza-like symptoms. Ano? Kasi nga, we do not routinely test our patients. Ano? So, pagka meron kang lagnat, sipon, headache, and then masasakit ang katawan, then sasabihin natin trangkaso. No, that's a general term because we do not really identify the cause of the no, of the symptoms. No, so generally we just no, then as systemic viral infection or yon flu-like symptoms. And then of course, siyempre pag ang tinamaan yan ay mga bata and then yung mga elderly na may other comorbidities, medyo kailangan nating ma-monitor.
Doc, ang Quezon City nag-report na tumataas ng mga kaso when it comes to yung influenza-like illnesses, including and actually going beyond yung tinatawag nilang epidemic threshold. How serious is the situation?
Well, it's a big, really, it's serious because, Quezon City is one of the most densely populated area in NCR. No? Tabi-tabi, ibig sabihin na one family uses isa lang room. No? So, pag tinamaan ng isa, chances of infecting the others napakalaki. So, mabilis ang pagkalat ng virus, especially sa mga very congested areas. Kaya that's why bigla ang taas. Pag may tinamaang isang area, chances na biglang dadami ang may sakit, yun talagang it exceeds the epidemic portion.
Doc, sinasabi nga nila na, well, sinabi mo kanina, congestion is one big problem. But apart from that, sinasabi din nila na dahil, well, rainy season ngayon, tumataas talaga yung mga kaso. Is that a factor? Is it really that seasonal in terms of yung spike ng cases po natin?
Actually, expected namin yan. Third quarter of the year, talagang tumataas ang mga infectious diseases. Especially itong mga viral diseases na tinatawag natin, trangkaso, etc. Ang problem niyan is the complications, especially sa bata at saka sa mga elderly, yung na-mention ko na, pwedeng maging pneumonia, pneumonia, at yun ang medyo kailangan natin bantayan.
Doc, marami nagsasabi na kapag may colds kayo or may flu-like symptoms kayo, normally it's treated at home. At what point do people actually need to go to the hospital to treat yung mga sintomas po nila?
Yes, kasi kumbaga sa ano na yan parang sasabihin natin, okay, sipon, lagnat na konti. Yes, actually viral diseases are self-limiting. Tinatawag natin, supportive lang. Actually, pwedeng wala ka naman ibigay na antibiotics, etc. Gagaling ka within, let's say, 5 to 7 days. Kung maayos ang katawan mo. But then, pagka meron kang talagang continuous na high fever, medyo nahihirapan ka ng huminga, nagkakaroon ka ng chest pain, sobrang sakit ang mga katawan mo, na hindi ka na makagalaw, nahihilo ka na, and then, yung iba, yung mga bata especially, pwedeng magkaroon ng convulsions or seizures na tinatawag. Pagka ganoon, talagang kailangan ng dalhin sa hospital, kailangan matreat na natin yan.
For our more vulnerable demographics po, does the threshold of, home care muna bago tayo mag-hospital, does that change? Considering, especially sa mga elderly po natin, kapag may influenza-like illnesses or especially flu-like illnesses, yung fears or yung mga risks talagang tumataas?
Yes, tumataas talaga. Normally, talaga namang we'll just observe. Kasi sabihin nga, it's very expensive talaga magpa-hospital.
Yes.
Kahit pa sabihin natin public hospital yan or private hospital yan, gastos pa rin. So as much as possible, would like to be treated at home. Pero pagka yung ating mga pasyente ay the highly vulnerable, yung sobrang bata, and then siyempre elderly with comorbidities, kailangan natin pong pa-check up yan.
When we talk about preventive steps, syempre there have been different advice or different tasks set by schools, by family members, even those doctors and hospitals about how to interact sa bahay in terms of the schools and workplaces. But apart from that, Doc, would you suggest or would you encourage more people to take flu vaccines? Because vaccination in general po has actually taken a downturn, especially since the pandemic.
Tama po yan. Available naman ang flu vaccines. At least once a year, magpabakuna tayo. At para medyo tumaas yung ating immunity. Ano? Aside from, of course, yung practices na washing your hands, at pag sa tingin mo medyo madali kang tamaan, then wear mask, face mask. And then, yon, maging malinis tayo to avoid na makakontaminate at makontaminate tayo or tayo ma-infect. Dapat ganun lang.
Doc, do you feel that flu vaccines are being underutilized in the Philippines in particular? Na-mention nyo nga, normally once a year. Pero aminado po ako, pati ako, minsan nakakalimutan ko to do it on a yearly basis or an annual basis. Sa palagay nyo po ba, in general, people are not prioritizing flu vaccines enough?
Well, siguro dahil sa cost, minsan siyempre may cost din 'yan, especially sa private, And normally dapat magpapabakuna ka at the first or second quarter of the year, Kasi doon ng yung mga bagong strains nandiyan, Pagka medyo nakapagpabakuna ka na sa last quarter, medyo ang epekto nun hindi na kasing ganda kung nakabakunahan ka in the first half of the year.
Doc, ano mensahe mo sa public when it comes to talking and tackling about yung mga influenza-like diseases, especially in Quezon City kung saan lampas ng epidemic level?
Well, kung may symptoms na tayo, try to avoid yung mga congested area. Medyo magpa-isolate ka na at as much as possible, mag-mask ka na. O yung mga kasama mo sa bahay, kasama mo sa halimbawa sa opisina, mag-mask na rin, just to avoid na makakontaminate tayo, maka-infect tayo. Kasi ang mabilis talaga yan, viral diseases, ang bilis niyan. Baka maubuhan ka lang ng konti, kahit malayo ka at mahina ang katawan mo, tatamaan ka na kaagad. Kasi ganun talaga ang karakteristik ng mga viral diseases. Madali talagang makahawa yan. Kung medyo highly medyo vulnerable ka, talagang it's better na mag-wear ka na ng face mask. As protect.
Opo. Well, Doc, I'm glad you said isolate at hindi po quarantine. Masyadong malala ata po yun. But, Doc, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. That is Dr. Jose Rene De Grano, the President of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. Have a great morning po.
Thank you very much again, Paolo.
Well, that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you, pal. Now it's time for us to find out what the stars have in store for us today. Let's hear it from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ngayong Happy Friday! Thank God it's Friday, September 26. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. May suggestion ka na papansin na mas nakakataas. Silver at 6. Ox naman tayo, mag-relax sa gabi. Isang aromatherapy ay nakakatulong. Red at 3. Kay Tiger naman tayo, magandang araw para simulan na ang pangarap mong negosyo. Yellow at 5. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, huwag matakot aminin ang kailangan mo ng space. Ito ay bahagi ng self-love. Green at 9. Kay Dragon naman tayo, magsimula na ng overdue na task bago pa ito. Paalala ni Boss. Orange at 7. Kay Snake naman, ugaling magpahinga tuwing breaks. Huwag abusuhin ang katawan. White at 4. Ito naman! Care of the Horsey, panahon na para linawin ang expectations nyo sa isa't isa. Purple at 8. Sa mga Year of the Sheep naman tayo, bawasan na ang asin salty na pagkain para iwas tayo sa pamamanas. Gold at 2. Kay Year of the Monkey naman tayo, iwasan ang kape sa hapon kung hirap kang matulog. Gray at 1. Sa mga Year of the Rooster tayo, maaaring may paalalang darating mula sa ex. Timbangin ang damdamin. Blue at 6. Doggy naman tayo, may bagong responsibility. Challenge ito, pero kayang-kaya mo yan! Pink at 5. Kay Year of the Pig naman tayo, may suwerte sa pagbenta ng service o talent mo gamitin ng social media. Green at 7. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte kasi ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you as always, Master Hans Kua. Now let's give your dating profile an update.
Ooh.
Dating Coach V gives her professional advice to best present yourself on online dating. Stay tuned for Love Hacks. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Oh, dito.
Welcome back to Beautiful Day. If your dating app bio is stuck in 2016, we will give that an update today. Our resident love guru, Coach V, gives her professional advice on love hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad.
Beautiful day, Coach V.
Beautiful day.
Happy Friday.
I know. Happy rainy Friday, everybody.
Yes. So, ano lang, hindi to scam. Kasi kanina we were talking to Scam Watch Pilipinas, si Jocel De Guzman, and he was talking about love scam and dating apps. So, what we're gonna talk about now, hindi to scam.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Although we do a lot of, advisories and we help people really avoid scam in dating apps. Today, we're gonna help our viewers to level up the content of their dating apps
Your
for those who are
authentic
single. Yes.
dating app profile.
Correct.
Okay.
Authentic
All right.
dating app profile. So, what are the things that should be put on your profile talaga?
Yung
If we
basic
talk about-
muna. Oo.
Yeah,
Basic
basic.
muna.
Okay.
So for basic content, we always start with a mindset. It's very important to brief single people that when you go on dating apps, do not take it personally because you are only
Okay.
as good as your photos and bio. Ibig sabihin, you may be a very great person, but if it does not reflect on your social media, then they're gonna swipe left on you. So, wag mong personalin. Posible kasing benta ka talaga in person, you're a very attractive person, pero kung hindi siya nag-translate on dating app, then posible na mas mababa yung matches mo. Now, first things first, what's the most important one? Most people forget humor on dating app. Some of them
Humor.
put laundry
Okay.
list on your dating app. It's not supposed to be, your dating apps is not supposed to be a movie. It's just supposed to be a trailer, a sneak peek, a preview of who you are. So, put some humor on it para mas may motivation silang mag-message sa'yo.
Okay.
So, that's how we start.
All right. So it also depends on a catchy bio is needed, syempre, because
Absolutely.
hindi naman resume yung lalagay, diba?
Absolutely
It
not.
needs to show a bit of your personality and at the same time a bit of sense of humor. So let's actually bring up a dating profile that we have made for the one person on this table who has never had a dating profile. Oh, si Nika. All right.
Alright,
That is
yes.
our very own.
Yes, okay. So let's switch. Let's read the other one muna. Now, we have created two types of profiles here. Sige, let's switch. Pakita natin yung kabila. Yes. So right now, for those who are watching, meet Nika.
Okay.
She's 40 years
Hi,
old.
Nika.
And she's been single for some time. And nakita namin, she has two versions of her dating profile. So ginawa namin siya nung revised, which is eto, and then papakita ko sa inyo mamaya yung original profile niya. So, what are the ingredient to a successful dating app?
It's so funny.
All right. So,
Tracking someone down in the yellow page.
yes, may babasahin namin para sa'yo.
Okay, sige,
So,
go.
by the way guys, here's Nika. Sabi niya sa dating profile
Oh my
niya,
God.
I'm fun, outspoken, and a little bit seductive. I wear my heart on my sleeve because love is meant to be felt. Oh, very vulnerable, ha? I'm a woman who go for what I want. Whether that means sending love song lyrics through a pager o ilang taon, 40, may pager na ba? Oh, may pager pa that time. May pager pa. Tracking someone down in yellow pages. Oh, don't judge. May yellow pages. Anong henerasyon kaya talaga to? Or professing my feelings without hesitation. O, di ba? Meron siyang humor and at the same time, may vulnerability na I'm open to love. Ito pa, I'm looking for a man who's loyal, loves traveling side by side, and has the confidence to carry a Velcro wallet with pride. So makikita mo, yung preference niya for Velcro wallet.
Gosh!
Pa, what do you think of this profile before
Sandali
I
lang
dissect it?
Let me just correct kasi yung yellow pages, or ano yon?
This is a fantasy. Don't defend yourself.
Hindi,
Let's move on.
Nika.
Let's move on. Let's
I'm
move on.
not defending myself. It's yellow pages for companies, white pages
White
for
pages
for
for
numbers.
ano.
Yeah, for
Okay,
contact numbers.
sorry
We'll
Beyond
work
our
on
time,
research team ng Single Events Manila. Now you
Let's
know.
work.
Kasi baka wala na yan talaga kasi.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
the bio. Let's also talk about yung mga photos.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
Kasi that's a big part of the content.
Correct.
Alright?
But very
So-
quickly
I don't
dun
wanna be part
Sige,
of
wait,
this
balik muna tayo
conversation.
dun sa bio very
Okay, sa
quickly.
bio.
Pwede ako naman yung mag-walk out.
This is Nika, this is not Anne.
Okay, let's go on.
So, main ingredient for those who are building their dating profile, it's important to remember, ito yung dapat structure. Should be 70, 30, and then call to action. 70% should be about you, 30% should be about who you're looking for, and then sa dulo, dapat meron siyang call to action. Naputo lang dito, sa baba niyan may nakalagay na swipe right if you're ganyan. So makikita mo dito 70%,
interesting.
first two lines is about who is Nika. And then the last line is who is she looking for, di ba? Sana someone who's loyal, loves traveling. So if you follow that format, you will be 90% better than most bio out there.
Alright, so
Alright,
that's
then let's go to
perfect. Let's go to
photos.
the photos kasi minsan some people feel na okay, kung nag-bikini ako or nag-shirtless ako, it works. Pero ito conservative si Nika eh. So what should we consider?
So what's great about Nika's profile, if we go through, sige, let's play the video, let's watch it, it's just a few seconds, and take note yan, tingnan nyo yung mga photos niya, o, diba? Professional, very sweet, a girl na girl, feminine, o may pagkain pa, enticing. Oh, tapos fitness, active lifestyle pinapakita and shows the whole body as well. Because when you're on a dating app, it's important na meron kang close up, medium shot, and meron kang whole body. So yun, tatlong photo yun. Next it should show a preview of your lifestyle. So nakita mo, may picture siya na traveling, may picture siya na anchor siya, naka-formal, at may picture din siya na nasa beach. So, masama ba yung two-piece at mga topless
Mga
swimsuit?
thirst, that's what they call the thirst traps,
Yes.
diba?
Not necessarily if it's your lifestyle. Kung talagang beach baby ka, di ba? Wag lang yung buong 6 na photos is puro naka-swimsuit. Di ba? So
So it has to be subtle.
Yes, and it
Okay.
has to be one of the 6 because you have other aspects of your life that you want to show. So this is actually an example of a very good profile because it shows a person's versatility. O, di ba? Yung sakura flowers on the background. Because one thing that most people forget when they're uploading pictures is yung background nila. Minsan ang gwapo-gwapo nila, ang ganda-ganda, tapos may mga bra na nakasabit on the background. So, pay attention. Look at this. The backgrounds are beautiful.
Yeah.
So, it's really in the details. Kasi ang mga tao, they pick up a lot of information in such a short time.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
let's look at an example of a bad profile.
Bad profile. Wait lang. Okay.
Si Nick, ito yung dati niyang profile. Sabi ko naman, Nika, naglagay ka pa ng picture ng kasal niyo ng ex mo. Ex niya kasi yun. Ayan. Sabi ko, wag mo nang ilalagay yung wedding photo mo. Pangalawa, tingnan mo yung description niya. Sabi niya, Pao, do you mind reading for us, please?
I'm so gorgeous and
I
way
did
out
not
of
write
most
this.
guys' league. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm on here because I don't settle for less. I always get what I want, whether that's a man, a trip, or the best things in life. Don't bother swiping if you're broke, boring, or can't keep up with my lifestyle. I'm not here for small talk. Average dates are men who think they're just enough just because they show up. I'm beautiful, outspoken, and yes, a little bit intimidating. But that's your problem, not mine.
Oh, di ba? So, number one, what's so wrong about this profile? By the way, hindi po ginawa ni This was created.
Yeah, oh my God!
This was a
Disclaimer!
my disclaimer. So, what makes this profile wrong is instead of talking about what I'm looking for, she keeps on saying what I don't want. If you're broke, if you're boring, if you can't keep up. So, that's the number one rule in dating profile. Say what you want, not what you don't like, right? And do
Yes.
not be entitled. Look at all this entitlement stuff. Again, disclaimer, this is a made-up profile. Tsaka yung mga guys kasi na nag-upload na marami silang girls na kasama na nasa bar sila, parang wag mo nang ipakita in a trying hard way that you are desirable. You can show it in a subtle way. So no, and most of all, if you are married, do not be on a dating app.
Oo naman. Oh my gosh. Why would you even be on a dating app? That's
Ayan.
crazy.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
So those are just some examples of things to remember when you're building your profile.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so minsan, yun na-mention mo kanina, kailangan trailer to, hindi to yung buong movie.
You're
So
right.
how do you balance or how do you know which parts of you to not put on the dating app without necessarily saying, oh, tinatago mo to, like it's a big secret. Yeah.
Correct. So what not to put? Pao, if you allow me, before I answer that question, I'd like to ask Anne. Anne, how do you feel about Nika's profile?
The Oh my God! I don't know. I have no comment here.
Which profile did you like better? Is it the first one that
The
we've
first
seen or
one,
the
I
second
think,
one?
is
Why?
better. Because it's not so yabang.
not so yabang,
the last
no.
profile was too.
No, because you know,
she was too full of herself.
I the first one kasi, or at least the good profile. Tama ka nga, Coach V. It's it lays out there are not a lot of questions when it comes to anong gusto mo, anong gusto niya, and what siguro it's not misleading, in other words. Yeah. So I think that's the right term. Okay.
You're right. All right.
And it's humorous too. So, diba? Parang it's a fun read. Okay.
Yes. So again, humor is a big part of it because you're not supposed to tell the people your standards on a dating app. Dating apps are introductory tools. It's not a getting to know you, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend on an app tool, no? So it's just a tool for you guys to, the main goal is ma-excite sila to get to know you in person. Right?
To be fair,
Okay.
yeah.
So Pao, your question was what not to put?
Yeah.
What not to put on your dating profile is number one. My pet peeve talaga is people who are putting what they don't like. Like if you're a gold digger or if you're like this, like that. So no need, because if you put those adjectives, it attracts the people who are like that. So put more on the positive traits, and do not just say what you're looking for, or do not just say who you are, but demonstrate it. Instead of saying na, I love traveling, you can say something like, you know what? Every month I go to Europe for sorry.
Pictures.
So eto yung what not to put, whatever you're seeing right now on your
Hindi, kasi
profile.
it's so funny if you're gonna put photos na may partner kang kasama. Bakit ka pa nag-dating app,
Oo
di ba?
nga.
So you have to
O
put
kaya-
solo pictures lang talaga.
Paano mo, naghahanap ng trapol.
Yes, and or sometimes they are trying to show na they're desirable, na ang dami kong
Oh my
girls, ang
God,
dami
lahat
kong
na
guys.
nag-pictures ka sa
Also-
left. Tapusin na natin itong segment
Actually,
na to.
sakto, because we're running out of time. We're running out of time. Pero Coach V,
Yes.
thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you.
my favorite episode of Love Hacks. At alam mo, it was such a gift. And sobrang sakto, Nika. Kasi 90 beautiful days na lang. 90 beautiful days before Christmas. Sa palabas na yung graphic na 90 beautiful.
Yes.
Ayun! 90 beautiful days till Christmas. Again.
Okay,
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to send my partner a gift, okay, via snail mail or whatever, right? Like, just pa-deliver nyo dito.
Gusto ko yung
Remember,
pinakita niyo yung abs ko on national team.
buti nga may abs ka eh. Oo nga eh.
Pero naman.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, kapag hindi Nika yung nakalagay sa gift card, okay, hindi namin tatanggapin.
Tatanggapin.
Okay? Nika, to Nika, the anchor of beautiful day. Yan po ang
Na may date,
dapat
na may
nakasulat.
account on Tinder.
Oo. And kung nasa Tinder po kayo, nakita si Nika, kindly swipe up just to let her know that, oh, I like this.
I watch your episode.
I watch your episode. Wow. Oh, this is so much fun. Thank you so much, Coach V. I really appreciate you in this way. So great. And that's a wrap on our show this Friday, September 26th. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, I remember that you gotta stay safe out there, especially with the inclement weather that we're experiencing. So kindly make sure that everyone is secure and safe. I'm Paolo de Rosario. Keep it cool. Take it easy.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead, and always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See
right,
you
Nika.
again next week from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful
Day!